1970. Mujib was re-elected president of the Awami League on the 6th of January. The Awami League, at a meeting of the working committee on the 1st of April, declared that it would take part in the general election scheduled for later that year. On the 7th of June, Mujib addressed a public meeting at the racecourse ground and urged the people to elect his party on the basis of the 6-point demand. On the 17th of October, he chose the boat as his party's election symbol and launched his campaign at an election rally in Dhaka's Dalai Kal. On the 28th of October, he addressed the nation over radio and television and called upon the people to elect his party's candidates to the National Assembly to implement the 6-point demand. When a devastating cyclone hit the coastal belt of Bangladesh, killing at least 1 million people, Mujib suspended his election campaign and rushed to the aid of the helpless people in the affected areas. He condemned the Pakistani rulers for their indifference to the victims. He called upon the international community to help the people affected by the cyclone. In the general elections held on the 7th of December, the Awami League acquired an absolute majority. The Awami League secured 167 out of 169 National Assembly seats in East Pakistan, and won 288 out of 300 seats in the Provincial Assembly. 1971. On the 3rd of January, Mujib conducted the Oath of the People's Representatives at a meeting at the racecourse ground. Awami League members took an oath to frame a constitution on the basis of the 6-point demand and pledged to remain loyal to the people who had elected them. On the 5th of January, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, the leader of the People's Party, the majority party in West Pakistan, announced his readiness to form a coalition government at the center with the Awami League. Mujib was elected as the leader of the Awami League parliamentary party at the meeting of the members of the national assemblies of his party. On the 27th of January, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto arrived in Dhaka for talks with Mujib. The talks failed after 3 days of deliberations. In an announcement on the 13th of February, President Yahya Khan summoned the National Assembly to sit in Dhaka on the 3rd of March. On the 15th of February, Bhutto announced that he would boycott the session and demanded that power be handed over to the majority parties in East and West Pakistan. In a statement on the 16th of February, Mujib was critical of Bhutto for putting forward such a demand and declared, "The demand of Bhutto Sahib is totally illogical. Powers to be handed over to the majority party, the Awami League. The power now lies with the people of East Bengal." On the 1st of March, Yahya Khan abruptly postponed the National Assembly session, which prompted a storm of protest throughout Bangladesh. Mujib presided over a meeting of the Awami League Working Committee. The Awami League called a countrywide general strike on the 3rd of March. After the success of the general strike, Mujib demanded that the president immediately transfer power to his party. On the 7th of March, Mujib addressed a mammoth public rally at the racecourse ground, where he declared, "The struggle this time is the struggle for emancipation. The struggle this time is the struggle for independence. Everywhere Sangram, Sadhinathor Sangram. Everywhere Sangram, Mukti Sangram. Joy Bangla."
That's it.
Wait, no, there's a little more. Okay. In this historic speech, Mujib urged the nation to break the shackles of subjugation and declared, "Since we have given blood, we will give more blood. By the will of the Almighty God, the people of this land will be liberated. Turn every house into a fortress. Face the enemy with whatever you have." Mujib advised the people to prepare themselves for a resistance movement against the enemy. He asked the people to start a non-cooperation movement against the government of Yahya Khan. There were orders from Yahya Khan on the one hand, and on the other, Mujib's directives from Road 32, Dhanmondi. The entire nation carried out Mujib's instructions. Every organization, including government offices, courts, schools, colleges, mills, and factories, obeyed his orders. The overwhelming response of the people of Bangladesh to his call was unprecedented in the region's history. In reality, he ruled an independent Bangladesh from 7th of March to the 25th of March. On the 16th of March, Yahya Khan came to Dhaka for talks with Mujib regarding the transfer of power. Bhutto also came a few days later to Dhaka. The Mujib Yahya Bhutto talks continued until the 24th of March. Yahya Khan left Dhaka secretly in the evening of the 25th of March. At the dead of the night of the 25th of March, the Pakistan army cracked down on innocent unarmed Bengalis. They attacked Dhaka University, the Pilkhana headquarters of the East Pakistan Rifles, and the police headquarters at Wajarbagh. Moments after the crackdown began, Mujib declared independence at 12:30 a.m. on the 26th of March. The declaration was transmitted through wireless to every place in the country. He said, "This may be my last message. From this day onward, Bangladesh is independent. I call upon the people of Bangladesh, wherever you might be, and whatever you have, to resist the army of occupation to the last. Your struggle must go on until the last soldier of the Pakistan occupation army is expelled from the soil of Bangladesh. Final victory is ours." Mujib also sent a message in Bengali, which reads as follows in translation. The Pakistani army has suddenly attacked Pilkhana EPR headquarters, Wajarbagh police line. Skirmishes are going on all over the streets of the city. I am calling for help to the nations of the world. Our freedom fighters are fighting valiantly against the enemy to liberate our motherland. In the name of Almighty God, I order and call upon you to liberate our country. Fight even if you have one drop of blood in you. Ask for help from the police, the East Pakistan Rifles, Bengal Regiment, and Ansars. Ask them to fight side by side with you. Any question of compromise does not arise. Victory will be ours. Drive out the last soldier of the enemy from our secret land. Pass this message to all Awami League leaders, workers, and all compatriots. God bless. Joy Bangla. Mujib's message was immediately disseminated throughout the country under special arrangements. All sections of people, including Bengali military and paramilitary forces, police, government employees, political workers, students, laborers, and peasants, and started putting up resistance to the Pakistan army. The Pakistan army arrested Mujib from his Dhanmondi residence at 1:30 a.m. and whisked him away to Dhaka cantonment. From there, he was flown to Pakistan as prisoner 3 days later. On the 26th of March, General Yahya Khan, in his speech, banned the Awami League and declared Mujib a traitor. On the 26th of March, also, M.A. Hanan, an Awami League leader in Chittagong, read out Mujib's declaration of independence over Chittagong radio. On the 10th of April, the Provisional Revolutionary Government of Bangladesh, headed by Mujib, as its president, was formed. The revolutionary government took the oath of office on the 17th of April at the Khanan of Baidyana Dala and Meherpur, which is now known as Mujib Nagar. Mujib was elected president, Syed Nazrul Islam acting president, and Tajuddin Ahmed prime minister. The Liberation War ended on the 16th of December, when the Pakistani occupation forces surrendered at the historic racecourse ground, conceding defeat in the glorious war led by the revolutionary government in exile. Bangladesh was finally free. Earlier, between August and September of 1971, the Pakistani junta held a secret trial of Mujib inside Faisalabad jail in Pakistan. He was sentenced to death. The freedom-loving people of the world demanded security for him. On the 27th of December, the Bangladesh government sought Mujib's immediate and unconditional release. A number of countries, including India and the Soviet Union, and various international organizations also demanded the release of Mujib. They held that Pakistan had no right to detain Mujib, who was the president of independent Bangladesh. So, that's a wrap for today. We did 1970 to 1971. Thank you everybody for watching.